wasn't just a fashion show, it was kind of like a farewell to an entire era, and it delivered better than what Diesel did. Hello beautiful people, welcome back to the Anusha Show. Today we're going to be doing something extremely interesting that I've been avoiding for weeks because I knew as soon as I shot it, I would have to edit it, and I was going through something at the time, distractions. Let's get through it, shall we? So Milan Fashion Week just ended, and it was very interesting. When I say interesting, I mean I had mixed opinions. So Milan Fashion Week just closed. We had a huge roster: Fendi, Prada, Bottega, Ferrari, Dolce Gabbana, Etro, Jill Sander, Max Mara, Loro Piana, the whole nine, and many more. There were like at least 55 shows. And when I say shows, I don't mean runway. There were digital, there were presentations, some were movie premieres. Let's get into it. And before we get into it, I apologize for my pronunciation beforehand because no matter how hard I try, some of these words, some of these names aren't clocking in my head. So either I'll put them on screen for you to figure out if I can genuinely know I'm gonna butcher it, or I'll try and you can figure out what I'm trying to say. This wasn't just Fashion Week, it was a reset. Gucci skipped catwalk for a movie. Diesel turned Milan into a literal treasure hunt. Giorgio Armani closed his legacy with his final show. Tearful, emotional. Over the next 10 minutes, I'll walk you through the moments that matter, especially if you are trying to get into luxury. We're both in the same boat, or you just want to know what it's about, what's going on, what was new. I should just be updated enough so in case my friends talk about it, I know a little bit of what's going on. This is for you. And also, this is for anyone that's looking to buy what's going to be coming in 2026. Milan Fashion Week is one of the big four. There is London, we have New York, then we have Paris, and then Milan. Designers showcase their collection 6 months prior to the release so that buyers, boutiques, clients, they all need runway previews. So this is good for ordering windows, promotion cycles, and pre-orders. This season's calendar really doubled down on both heritage and change. Diesel opened, Giorgio Armani closed, and big brands like Fendi, Prada, they did the midweek. And celebrities that were seen that really stood out to me: Demi Moore, we had Gwyneth Paltrow, David Beckham, Serena Williams, Leela Moss, Sadie Sink, and many more. So let's get into what Gucci did, which was something that really stood out to me. I neither hate it, but I certainly don't love the concept, but it was genuinely fascinating to me and it really stood out to me. So instead of a runway, Gucci premiered their collection in a movie called The Tiger, which was directed by Spike Jonze with a Z. It was screened at Palazzo Mezzanotte in Milan. Butchered. And it starred people like Keke Palmer, Demi Moore, Edward Norton. It was dramatic. It was basically about Demi Moore's character trying to juggle motherhood as well as her social and corporate identity. We go through all these emotions, conflicts in the little family. It was interesting. It was a very artsy film, but it delivered with the intention, which was to showcase their collection. And it did. The creative lead, Demna, I hope I'm pronouncing that right at least, just moved from Balenciaga, which he led for 10 years. At Balenciaga, he became known for pushing distorted portions, streetwear codes, and challenging the norms. Now at Gucci, he's blending that edge with Gucci's tradition. Gucci is also planning microdraws, which basically means there's going to be a window to purchase, which makes the narrative of luxury but scarcity. So it makes people want to have it now before the demand increases and there's only a 2-week window to buy everything. Gucci did one more thing. Apart from that entire movie, they had like this thing where, or after the movie premiere, there was like a red carpet event type runway where models, celebrities walked in wearing the collection, and it was beautifully done. I think it was elegant, it was really classy, and I think it really, after a long time, delivered what Gucci is all about. Because over the years, I have noticed that Gucci is one of the top brands which struggles with the most duplicates. They struggle with the most, demand in terms of people are buying fakes that are Gucci fakes every single day, literally. And yeah, other brands get duped just as much, but Gucci happens to be one of the top. So it was fun to see the entire red carpet movie premiere concept. It was great. It was better than what Diesel did. Imagine someone from Diesel watches this and then they're like, in the way off into the future, if I end up being successful and they're like, no, she bitched about us and we can't endorse her, and this video is why. Let's see. I'm gonna clickbait this video to say I lost my Diesel ambassadorship. What happened in Milan Fashion Week? Ooh, it's not clickbait. I would never do that. So what Diesel did, Diesel took over Milan. Literally took over Milan. They placed 55 transparent eggs across Milan and they were huge. There were models standing in them and the public got a map and clues to the next egg. Personally, that sounds exhausting. I would prefer a runway, and I feel like I saw the collection and the collection looks great. You know, the collection looks like it would be high in demand. I don't understand the necessity of doing this show because when people or companies do things like this, it makes me wonder if they don't have confidence in their designs, because why would you need to do that to get the ball rolling, you know? But it was good. Their target was us. It targeted us. It was viral. The entire concept gained traction. So good for them. But it sounded exhausting. I don't think I would personally lose interest after finding 10 eggs. But it was interactive, viral, and unavoidable. It was a new kind of runway show experience. Now, Giorgio Armani, a bit more emotional. He basically, at his final show at the Pinacoteca di Brera, an art museum, a very well-known art museum actually, there were paper lanterns, live music, live piano. And out of respect to the musician, I'm not gonna butcher his name, but one of the greatest pianists out there. Yo, look at that. Hey. And a closing model in deep navy embroidery sealed the moment. I think this was one of my favorite moments of the entire fashion week because I like the old school runway. I like the old school models walking, doing their thing, celebrities, VIPs in the audience, taking photos. I like the entire concept. I like it old school, and it delivered. It was beautiful. Celebrities like Richard Gere, Kate Blanchett, Lauren Hutton, Glenn Close were there. It wasn't just a fashion show. It was kind of like a farewell to an entire era, and it delivered better than what Diesel did. Now Gucci, Demna's debut. Demna reworked Gucci's signatures. We're talking the horse bit, monogram, floral prints, but twisted them through his experimental prism. You will see layering, deconstruction, and bold textures. Because he comes from Balenciaga's rebellious vocab, critics are now watching how Gucci balances chaos and commercial appeal. His film premiere attracted star energy. You know, we had Demi Moore and we also had Alia Bhatt who attended. And I think she killed it with her look. I think like her style was getting a bit bland, but now she's kind of coming back. And the thing she had going on at Gucci, impressive. Now Prada. Prada leaned into awkward beauty. Uniforms, sheer panels, odd proportions. It's not meant to be comfortable, but to provoke conversation. At least that's what I think. Prada's design team, co-led by Miuccia Prada and Raf Simons, often explores weighty ideas. This season they pushed boundaries and I kind of liked it. They're kind of bringing their edge back, you know. Now Bottega Veneta also had a debut from Louis Trotter. Basically, she became the first female director at Bottega. Yay! Her lineup offered craft, intricate weaving, structured handbags, fine knits, and someone called it like a rebirth, which it was. It really was. It felt like it. And these are extremely high-end, aspirational pieces. Expect waitlist. Believe me. Now Versace. Dario Vitale's debut. A long-time insider, leaned into Versace's luxury heritage, bold colors, backless dresses, sharp silhouettes. It's glamorous but wearable, and that's what I love. Sometimes luxury brands create great collections, but there will be some pieces you just know no one's ever gonna order. I think Versace's collection this year was something extremely wearable. Every single piece. In interviews, he said he pulled from 1990s Miami Heat and Versace legacy. Now Jill Sander, Simon Bellotti's debut. With experience at Gucci, he delivered minimalism. Clean lines, perfect tailoring, nothing extra. Clothes that whisper old money. You know, the ones you see on your Pinterest board, the old money, luxury, white mansion in the back, two small kids dressed in Ralph Lauren type outfits with a really rich husband and a wife in a very slick dress. Those Pinterest boards, this is the collection I'm talking about. So if you love those type of Pinterest boards, if you have those type of Pinterest boards, you're going to be interested in this. Clothes that whisper quiet luxury rather than shout it. For clients who want timeless over trendy. These are keepers and worth the money. I would say so. I would buy it. I mean, and normally I wasn't intrigued or excited to buy any of these items. I never am to buy luxury items, but this stood out to me, spoke to me, spoke to me. Now Diesel, coming back to Diesel. Poor Diesel. Those eggs, edgy streetwear, distorted denim, transparent fabrics. The message? Fashion can be immersive, public, and social. They did what they said they wanted to do. It delivered. But was it something out of the ordinary? I wouldn't say so. Other than that, Fendi ran a co-ed show, Tod's and Max Mara held anchor shows, the classics, Dolce & Gabbana, Etro had presentations or runway slots. These shows held ground even amid the headlines that were going on. But fashion is nothing without a bit of drama, right? So let's get into that part. Drama, celebs, and virality. This week also had headline drama. Gucci's premiere was part of a film festival, part fashion launch. Stars came, photos went viral. I Spice, I don't know how to pronounce it, Sawati appeared at the shows. Diesel's egg hunt flooded social media with user content, as it should. I mean, it sparked conversation, and I think that's exactly what they were trying to do. It works. At Dolce & Gabbana, rumors of Devil Wears Prada, 2 references, and stars' interactions made front page gossip. I just hope the movie is as good as the first one, because the way the first one was hyped, it wasn't hyped. I mean, like, it was a good movie. The first one had a solid image. If the second one doesn't deliver, it's gonna ruin the entire franchise. So a lot of pressure on Anne Hathaway and the entire team. So what this means for luxury buyers such as yourself. If you buy luxury as a boutique, VIP customer, or a resale trader, here's what this Milan Fashion Week meant for you. Scarcity versus strategy. Gucci's limited windows that are 2 weeks long means that client list matters more than ever. And now, craft and heritage are premium bets. Bottega's weaving, Max Mara's tailoring, these might resist discounting. And now, experiences are product. Diesel showed us that fashion can be a game. Expect pop-ups, interactive drops, digital and physical hybrid. Now, region shift. China cooled. Brands may pivot towards Europe, US, the Middle East with tight, high-impact sales. Releases. So for resale watchers, Gucci's Jackie line, Bottega's woven icons, and Versace's bold pieces are likely to get a secondary market. Risk versus reward. Collections like Prada's Awkward Beauty get buzz, but sometimes they may not get all the sales. So from my perspective, the brands that really stood out to me or delivered were Bottega Veneta, Jill Sanders, and Versace. Most decisive, Prada. Did people love it, hate it? You let me know. The debate is real. The most vile format, Diesel, no shit. Most emotional, Armani. And please do let me know what you thought of the film, The Tiger. I don't think I understood it because I was more focused on the clothing. I understood the concept, what they were trying to show me, and I understand why they did the film. It was great. It was interesting. I watched the entire 30 minutes, which is huge for me because I don't have that kind of patience. I would have pulled my phone out every now and then, but I didn't. So good job to keep my attention on the screen. And if any of you buy the items that are coming out, let me know how that goes. Let me know if it was worth it. And don't forget to, I hate doing this, but like and subscribe. Stay tuned because there's a lot coming up. We have a vlog coming up, we have a wedding coming up, and we're gonna be styling. We're gonna be doing a lot of partying. We'll be doing a lot of stuff. We are gonna be looking at apartments. We're gonna be looking at the whole 9, okay? It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be vibrant. Stay tuned. Make sure to follow my socials. Link in bio. I think the link should work now. And I'll see you guys then.